Hi guys, my name is Tina K. My Instagram name and YouTube channel is at Tina K Pro MUA. If you want to check out some more of my videos, I'm here today at Lena Lashes studio and I'm trying out the new Lash Girl book. It's amazing. There's 3 different lash styles. So I did this makeup tutorial just to show you something really easy to accomplish and just to basically show off the new lashes. I also used the lemonade highlighter, the liquid lipstick. So I had a lot of fun in the studio, but I really wanted to feature this new baby because she's so cute and I think you're going to love it. So if you want to learn how to get this look, then please keep watching. So I like to start with my brows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. Mine's a little loved. Actually, is this one ebony? Yes, this one's ebony. I'm just using the Benefit eyebrow brush. And I start with right here, more towards the outside, and line underneath. So using the spoolie, I brush the hairs up, that way I can find where there's any gaps. And that's where I deposit some of the dip brow. And then turning the brush with the leftover product, I flick it upwards and try to make some brow hairs. And then I brush the hairs down and find the gaps up there. Because my brows can get a little bit messy after I fill them in, I do clean them up. My favorite right now is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. It's really high coverage, but it's also matte. And I'm gonna use Custard, and it's also medium 1, using a flat concealer brush. So I kind of like raise my eyebrows and get it right under there so I can clean up any mess or loose hair showing. But since I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow look anyway, I just drag the color down. I don't clean up the top because I feel like that's what really makes the brows look a little too cartoonish. So I'm just going to leave the top alone, and with foundation it will naturally be more concealed over the brows here. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. So even though I have some concealer left over to prime my eyes, I'm just going to blend this into that and prime the whole lid. And this is a concealer brush. It's more tapered. Using a blending brush and a matte cream shade, I add some to the brush and set the primer from the brow bone to the crease. So in my little Z Palette Compact, I have one of my favorite transition shades, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills Orange Soda. You can see I already hit pan. And on a blending brush, I'm going to add that into my crease. This blending brush is really fluffy because I can get a lot of range with it. I'm literally taking it right in the crease and doing little circular motions while bringing it in towards the inner corner of the eye. And this just lays down a beautiful transition because it's a warmer eye look. And my eyes slant downward this way, but I like to correct that and bring them more upwards. So even when I'm doing my transition color, I start flicking it upwards. Next, I'm going to use MAC Rule, and it's basically just a matte burnt orange, a real pumpkin-y orange, on a more tapered blending brush. This one's really popular, you probably know it. It's the Sigma E25, but it's almost exactly the same as the MAC 217. And this one I bring really close into the corner, right into that crease. And then it already blends so nicely because we laid down that transition color. And I do the same thing and make the eyes come out and upward. Taking that first blending brush that I used with Orange Soda, I'm just making sure there's no harsh lines. Using the same tapered brush, even though it has Rule on it, I'm gonna go in with MAC's Brown Script because this one's a really warm and almost a burgundy brown. And this one I'm gonna put in the crease as well, but I'm gonna keep it really, really tight in the crease. And not even bring it down towards the lash line. I'm keeping it right in this crease here. Just because I'm a blending freak, I'm taking a little bit more in MAC Rule and making sure there's no harsh lines. And then I also like to take a very clean blending brush. There's no product on this brush, and making sure there's no harsh lines and everything's blending together. Going back in just to make sure the eye look is still going upwards towards the outer corner of my brow. I'm going to take this and flick it up and then blend it back into the crease. Now I'm going to use peach sorbet or sherbet. How do you say that? Can you comment down below how you pronounce it? Because I know it's always been spelled sorbet, but I always say sherbet. Well, on a flat shader brush, it's really tiny and I love this one. It's Morphe 205. But I like it because you can be really precise. But this color is so gold and cute. So I'm going to lay this one down first, right in the blank space that we have no product. So I put that more towards the inner corner here, but just to make it more of like a blended sunset type of vibe, I'm gonna go in with Party Dress by Anastasia Beverly Hills 2. And it's a warm shimmer satiny shade. I don't know how to explain this one, but it has flecks of gold, but it's also very warm. And I'm gonna place this where it connects to where we added the deeper brown shades. So that way it just blends out really nice. Now to give it a little extra pop, I'm going to use this Lena Lashes loose glitter, and it's called Dazzle Days. It's so yellow, but I think it's going to look really cute if I add a tiny bit over where we put the gold. The way I'm going to do that is basically just take a lash glue, dot a little bit, not too close to the lash line. I want you to pay attention to this part because I've made this mistake. So I just want to let my friends know. Don't put the glitter too low because I've done it before. Maybe that was stupid of me. But when you do that, your liner and lashes won't sit up on top evenly. So I'm keeping it literally right in the middle here. So I'm just going to dab a little in between the crease and the lash line. I like to use art brushes because glitter never comes off of anything and I don't want to mess up my expensive professional brushes. So I get art brushes from like art stores, Michael's, things like that. You can order them on Amazon. And that's how I apply my glitter. So I'm just going to dab it right on top here. I'm going to go in with liquid liner. I like to use the Sephora black liquid liner because to me, it dries really matte, and I don't really like gel liners. When my liner's done, I take a makeup remover wipe, use my fingertip, and just clean up underneath any fallout. And sometimes if your liner came out a little bit sketch, I clean that up too. So before I finish my lower lash line, I always go in and do most of my face. I'm gonna start with priming. I have a new primer today, Estee Edit, the Pore Vanishing Moisturizer Hydrating Primer. My skin can get kind of dry, but I also have huge pores. So I put this over my problem areas pretty much, mostly over my nose to here. My T-zone is oily, so my pores are really big there. I'm also gonna prime under my eyes with this Lancome Eye Balm. And I don't want my concealer to be dry or creasy. So I mixed two foundations, the Natasha Denona Formula or Foundation X with my Makeup Forever. And I'm gonna apply it on with a paintbrush first and then blend it out with a sponge. I'm trying out a new contour sponge from Lena Lashes that should be coming out this year. So I'm testing it here with you guys today. Just gonna use it to blend out that foundation. I love using damp beauty sponges to do this because you still get coverage, but it just sets into your skin more. That way it still looks like skin. Any blemishes I have or imperfections, I go in with the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Ginger because it's really close to my skin tone. And I just use this to spot conceal. That way I don't have to go in with too many layers of foundation. I'm gonna go in and contour first before under eye highlight. I've been in love with the Benefit Hoola contour stick. And I don't have a big face, so I keep my contour lines short. I kind of have like a little head. And I'm gonna blend it out using this contour brush. To set the contour, I'm going to use just match it with the Benefit Hoola bronzer and use a tapered bronzing brush. I feel like if I bring the bronzer up on the cheeks a little bit as blush, it makes it look better. Today for my under eye highlight and concealer, I'm just going to go in with the NARS Custard. And I bring it up the sides of my nose because that's how I build in a nose contour. And have the nose appear a little bit more slender. And with any excess, I just make sure my face stays balanced with highlighting and add a little in the center of my forehead here and then down here on my chin. I have a small chin, so I bring it out a little bit wider. To set my under eyes, I'm using RCMA No Color Powder. So I'm taking the damp sponge, and I'm not going to bake too heavy. I feel like you don't always need to do that, but I'm definitely going to set it by looking all the way up. Okay, so I'm going to leave that powder there and then go in and finish my under eyes. In the waterline and the tight line, I'm going to use Costa Riche, so that way when I apply my lashes, I don't see the skin shine through because I have thick lids and that usually happens to me, so I'm just going to darken them up and I'm going to bring it in the waterline, but only on the outer corners because I still want my eyes to look more open. Using a pencil brush on brown script, I'm just going to blend this into the lower lash line, right on the outer corner here. I'm going to go do the same thing with that orange shade we used on the crease, which is MAC Rule, and blend that towards the inner corner on the lower lash line. Taking a really tapered blending brush in Orange Soda, I'm going to blend those three together. I love a really blended orange lower lash line. I think it looks really beautiful on almost everybody. It works for every eye shape, every skin tone. It just looks so gorgeous. And now I can dust away the under eye bake. For blush, I'm going to use L'Oreal True Blend. I love this blush. It gives you a really great pink tint to your cheeks without it being too overpowering. To match my overall glow that I have with Self Tanner, I'm going to use this mineralized bronzer on a more fluffy brush and kind of like layer it on top of everything, but really lightly. So with a light hand and circular motions, I dust this bronzer all together. Now I'm going in with the Lemonade palette. It's the Lena Lashes highlighter palette. I'm going to use these two shades right here. After my highlight's done, I go in and clean up my brows because I know bronzer, highlight, any type of powder I just had on my face probably got my brows. So I always set them last because I know powder is going to go into them. I'm going to get ready to do my lashes. I'm curling my lashes first, just so when I put them on, my real lashes aren't sticking straight and not going with the lash. My real lashes are kind of thick and long. If I put mascara first, I won't be able to lay down the false lash evenly, so I just leave them like this. But if you need mascara first, go ahead and do that. And today I have something so special. It's the new Lena Lashes Lash Girl. How gorgeous is this packaging right here? It's like a little booklet with 3 styles. It's like a comic book. So I'm gonna use the Femi Lash, but I just have to cut them to alter them to my eye shape. So while my glue gets tacky, I like to do my lips. I don't know if you guys do that. I like conserve time. I'm gonna line my lips using NYX Rose Brown Lip Liner. I don't know what my obsession is with this lip liner. So I'm going to be mixing 2 Lena Lashes liquid lipsticks, the colors Atom and Claude. I have a little palette in front of me. Oh my god, I love the shade it made. And now I'm gonna go in with mascara. I know that a lot of people don't like to do it because you can risk losing uses in your lashes if you apply mascara to them, but I kind of do it in a way where I know I'm only grabbing my real lashes. To set my whole face, I'm using the Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray because we did a lot of powders. I just want to make sure they melt together. Okay guys, that completes this makeup look. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up because it lets us know what type of videos that you like. And make sure you comment down below if you've tried it, or definitely tag me and Lena Lashes. That way I could see your look and show some love. On your way out, make sure you subscribe. It's right down below. Also click that little bell. That way you're notified anytime Lena Lashes posts a new video. Again, my name is Tina K and my handle is @TinaKProMUA. Meet me over on my Instagram. Bye.